Hey, good afternoon. It's Julie. March 4th, 1:32 p.m. The crude desk has closed. Want to flip over to my crude chart real quick. There was a big up day in crude today. It was a lazy, sort of sneaky um, approach, and once it got over the yesterday high, it just really kept moving. And I did not participate in that late move. I was out of the market already before the high was touched. So I missed out on this, not really expecting a late day Friday rally up. Um, let's look at you can see the direction guide filter did get in both ways. The market was selling off at the open. I tried actually to get long here once, somewhere around there, and then did manage to get in and get some of this early part of the move, of course, and I think I even got a little bit of this at the end. So, and then that was about it. I took um, today off the table and lost a day of data. I actually made a little bit over $1,000 this week, but Monday's data is gone. Wiped out all my history in the buffer, all the ATM strategies, all my prior trades are gone. I'm really upset about it, but I had way too big of a database. Apparently, we're supposed to be using our databases, but on a cloud server and not through the Ninja platform. So I will work on separating that and want to show you some long direction was the definitely the trade today in crude all day long after the trade did get started. Of course, it helps to have the trade on the right side of the river of gold and setting your solvers up to take advantage of these trades when they occur. You know, that's all you can hope for, right? Very nice. The E-mini also was a late bloomer. Um, it actually did the same thing. It had the down morning after the non-farm payroll, but did manage to right the ship. And it just very much similarly, I've got it on long direction here. You can see you can also plan to time your entries here as well. The move was not as pronounced in the E-mini as it was in crude, but still price action that was marching forward. Now, I'm not a buyer on these tops, people. I'm expecting the market to come back pretty hard, and we may be looking at a market top now. We'll just have to see what next week brings, 1 week at a time. So I would be very cautious to, be hitting yesterday highs like we did today, much further out into our future um, because of my hesitancy in this market. Here it is. We are in the downtrend, hitting the 200 and just hit the bottom of these um, resistance area. So I am all over this for a short right here. And that's where we are. So I'm going to be waiting for a very quick down move and maybe forever down move. So get ready for next week. The trade room again, I did okay. It was, getting back into the groove of being a room moderator. I hope y'all have a little bit more patience with me as I go through and call the trades out with using the software. There were data issues this first week. As traders, we have to be prepared for these issues to come up. And thankfully, I didn't lose my internet connection. my screen froze from a data freeze, but otherwise, sometimes I've lost connections for the markets will get very volatile. The screens would freeze. I would lose connection. I'd be in the middle of a trade, could not exit the trade, having no idea whether the stock was going to hold. And in fact, once it did not, and did some real serious damage to my live account. But you just have to be, prepared when you trade for all kinds of extraneous things happening, and hopefully the support is really phenomenal at NinjaTrader. I can't say enough. So just ask those guys to work with you. I know that they do quite a lot, wear a lot of different hats. So we appreciate their time and support. Come back next week for the trade room, and everyone else sign up as we go through our markets, and I will present more about the trade setting up in advance as far as possible. But if I just rely on the software itself, it pretty much will tell you what to expect. The market will have a core solver for the direction guide and a higher time frame. I wonder why this isn't downloading data. But the higher time frame, weekly, daily, 60, 15 normally is populated. And if you follow both of those, you can drop down on your lower time frame chart and hit those entries as you see. So it makes trading very, very easy once you get used to trading the system and being patient enough to let trades work out and hold them for your profit and then exit the market and take your profits home. I think that's the biggest part of trading, is knowing when to go ahead and take that profit and just put it in your bank and wait for the next run. Get out of this cycle. So, unless of course it keeps running all afternoon and you had no idea, but there you go. So y'all have a great weekend. Sign up for the trade room and buy a template. Thank you. Bye-bye.